Show Me Showdown 2012 rolls on in Columbia, Missouri. Welcome back inside the Mizzou Arena for the girls' Class 3 state championship title matchup between the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers and the Stockton Lady Tigers. Welcome back courtside, everybody. Corey Riggs alongside the coach, Rich Zavosic. And this is a great matchup we have in these two girls' teams. The Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers coming in with a record of 25-7. And they've got a lot of experience back on this team, Coach. 5 starters, all seniors.
Well, and they're led by the do-everything Tamea Henderson, who leads them in rebounds, block shots, steals. I mean, she sells popcorn at halftime. Outstanding young woman, only a junior. So the future is bright.
Kind of reminiscent of somebody we had in our earlier game, Chelsea Cruzy, did everything for Harrisburg on their way to a state championship today.
Very similar type player.
On the other side of the ball, the Stockton Lady Tigers are coming into today's game. But before we get there, we'll talk about the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers from down around the Springfield area, southwest Missouri. They'll be in the green and white today on St. Patrick's Day, an enrollment of 468. Head coach Doug Hepler in his 5th season. They've got 3 Final Fours, as we told you in the Open. They were state champs back in 2010, and this is a team with a lot of experience, as we told you. And Doug Hepler, I had a chance to talk to him yesterday, Rich, a great coach, and told me that he's been with these seniors for a long time. He started coaching them in JV basketball and volleyball. So there's a very special bond between him and those young ladies.
Well, one of the things that you see about almost all of the teams that are playing for state titles today is that consistency of coaching through the years. As we just saw in the previous boys matchup with Drexel and Scott County Central. But, you know, when you coach kids for that long a period, they know you, they know what you expect, and they respond to those expectations.
Yep. We'll go ahead and toss it over now. Sophia had a chance to talk to the Mount Vernon head coach, Doug Hepler.
Coach Doug Hepler of Mount Vernon. Coach, you guys met up with Stockton in January, and you said you didn't do as well of a job as you could have handling the Burton sisters. What did you learn from that first game that you'll use here in the championship?
Yeah, definitely. I know that they are quick with the basketball. I like to attack the basket some, and they have some range. I just think we need to do a better job of just communicating on where they're at on the floor, do a better job just getting out and covering them a little better.
Danielle and Amelia led the way for you in the semifinal. What's the key for a good game for them today?
Well, they just got to go out there and play their game. They can't adjust to anything else. They just need to play what they've been doing all year long. Just very aggressive and just attacking the basket and looking for each other for open shots.
Where do you think your strengths are versus Stockton's?
Both teams I think are very evenly matched. I think we both have a good outside game with some guards, but I think that we have a little bit better athlete maybe inside. We're hoping to take advantage of that. They've got a very good girl inside, and the Ships girl is talented and long. We're hoping that we can take advantage of our youth.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Head coach Doug Hepler speaking with Sophia moments ago. Now you flip it, go to the other side of the ball. The Stockton Lady Tigers, coach, have a great history of Final Fours. They're the defending state champs. They've got 4 of those big trophies back in the trophy case in Stockton.
Well, and you have the Burton sisters who are trying to add a little hardware of their own. They lead the team in scoring and rebounding, and those are the 2 that are the most dangerous for this team.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the sketchbook for Stockton, a little bit about their school. Down also in southwest Missouri, they are the Tigers. They'll be wearing the red and black uniforms today, an enrollment of 320 students. Head coach Kevin Burns is in his first year, a record of 23-7. They've made 5 Final Fours, 3 championships, a 3rd place finish, but they got that win a year ago under Coach Richard Driscoll, who's now at Hartville. They won 74-52 over Herman. Definitely a big outing from those 2 sisters that we've talked about all day long in smaller school basketball. It's a family affair. They also have a set of cousins, the Meeks, on that team.
Well, and if they're talented, if it's a talented family, like we saw with the Scott County Central boys in the previous game, the Porter family, great tradition. Well, the Burton family is the same way. So we're trying to see if Stockton can bring the title back.
Let's see now what Sophia has to say with Coach Kevin Burns before his first state championship.
Stockton head coach Kevin Burns. Coach, the Burton twins are on your side, and that's a good thing. What makes them such special players?
Well, they have a really good hard work ethic, but they've got good ball handling skills and just they work really hard all the time. Competitors, I think, is a big part of it too. They like to compete. They give me 4 quarters of good effort all the time.
In the semifinal, you guys had 6 turnovers, but you forced 22. How were you able to defensively get the ball back so often?
Well, we try to get up and guard. We feel like we got to play defense at this level every night. So we try to get up and pressure some, and if we can get steals and run out in the open floor, it's usually to our advantage. So they just work real hard on defense to make that happen.
You won the previous matchup with Mount Vernon in January. What did you learn from them that first time that you'll try again this second time?
Well, Mount Vernon tends to play a 2-1-2 zone. We kind of look for them to do the same thing. So it's a good opportunity to play against that. They might surprise us, but I think they'll probably do the same thing. But that game's over with now. So we know that you can kind of throw that one out the window. So, but we know they're not very far from us. So they're about 40 minutes away from us. So we know each other very well.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
A fantastic rendition of our national anthem brought to you by the Eldon Jazz Band. And Sophia was talking to Coach Burns there, and he mentioned the meeting earlier this year. Stockton got the better of Mount Vernon, 47-40, but long time's passed since then. That game was back around New Year's, and Coach, these freshmen kind of become sophomores become juniors as you get to the end of the season and into the postseason.
Well, 2 teams who have gotten better as the season has gone on, so that game will be a barometer of just how far each squad has come.
Take a look now at some of the highlights from these 2 teams in their semifinal round to get here as the lights go out inside the Mizzou Arena. Definitely quite a bit of talent on both sides of the ball as you're getting a look now at the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. They are led by 5 talented seniors that have been together. They won a state championship together just 2 years ago in 2010. Goodman had 6 points in the state championship 2 years ago. Bramer, 14 points when they won that state championship in 2010. Then on the other side of the ball with the Stockton Lady Tigers, Kevin Burns in his first year as the head man there. But a talented set of twins, Ashley and Garrett Burton, both 5'6" seniors. Garrett scores, Coach, almost 18 points a game. Sister Ashley almost 14. That's a lot of offense from those 2 guards.
It's a lot of offense, but they make their mark on the defensive end. In that semifinal win, they forced 22 turnovers and only had 6 of their own.
Ashley Burton buried 21 points in that semifinal to get them here to today, Championship Saturday. On the floor of the Mizzou Arena as the highlights continue. The kids here inside the arena looking up at the highlights on the big board, and there's a final bucket there for Sydney Garrett, a 5'9" freshman, and that's one of the things you'll look at when you look at the starting lineups a little bit. Senior over there for Mount Vernon other than Tamaya Henderson. And a couple of seniors for Stockton, but a couple of freshmen in the lineup too. And how will those young ladies adjust to this big stage today?
Well, the question will be squarely on the shoulders of Sydney Garrett, who leads them in rebounding with over 6 rebounds a game.
We'll go ahead and step aside now as they get ready to introduce the starting lineups here under the spotlights. We'll give way to Rusty Creed, the public address announcer here in the Mizzou Arena.
And for Stockton, a 5'9" freshman forward, number 12, Sydney Garrett. For Mount Vernon, a 5'10 senior guard, number 3, Danielle Goodman. For Stockton, a 5'6 senior guard, number 14, Garrett Burton. For Mount Vernon, a 5'3 senior guard, number 5, Madison Hadlock. And for Stockton, a 5'8 junior guard, number 20, Emmeline Dearman. For Mount Vernon, a 5'11 junior forward, number 11, Tamaya Henderson. And for Stockton, a 6'3 freshman center, number 21, Jolene Ships. And for Mount Vernon, a 5'10 senior guard, number 33, Amelia Bramer. And for Stockton, a 5'7 senior guard, number 25, Ashley Burton. The Mountaineers are coached by Doug Hepler, assisted by Tom Cox and Bridget Schmutz. The Tigers are coached by Kevin Burns and assisted by Julie Garrett. The officials for this game are Jeff Carter, Randall Oaks, and David Weissman. These officials have been chosen.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for today's Class 3 Girls Championship matchup. For the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers, they'll come out like this, a 3-guard set with Coward, Goodman, and Vandergrift, along with Amelia Bramer, so 4 guards, the 1 post, Tamaya Henderson, the junior. For the Stockton Lady Tigers, 3 guards, Burton, Dearman and Burton, then Sydney Garrett and Jolene Ships, a great rebounder on the inside for the Stockton Lady Tigers. Doug Hepler is the head coach of the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. His 5th year, over 118 wins. He's never had a season where he hasn't reached the 20-win plateau. And on the other side, first-year man Kevin Burns, a record of 24-7 coming into today. Stockton rides a 13-game winning streak. Will 13 be lucky today for the defending Class 3 champs? Mount Vernon has won the tip and we are underway. The lights are back on and the girls take center stage yet again.
Corey, you're going to see 2 different styles of defense. A pressure defense by Stockton will try and double the post, foul on that post double, but they are much different than what you'll see out of Mount Vernon.
There you see Kevin Burns, as we told you, the first-year head man here at Stockton, taking over for Coach Driscoll, who made his way down to Hartville. Tamaya Henderson, now the junior. At the free throw line, she makes the first. If there's any sort of hitch in her game, it may be the fact that she's just better than a 40% free throw shooter. It looks better than that here. The second shot, though, a little flat, but it rumbles in.
Good start, shooter's touch. And now you'll take a look at the Mount Vernon 2-1-2 matchup style defense. A little bit different look on the zone.
Pass inside now, Stockton trying to get it down low to start, and the rebound taken away, and here come the Lady Mountaineers. Good board, and Mal Bramer brings it up. She gives it out on the far side to Hadlock. They work it around the perimeter now, being patient. Flashing up to the top again, Goodman. Goodman, as we told you, along with Bramer, starters 2 years ago on that state championship team. They get it down low to Henderson again. Good pressure that time by the post player Jolene Ships, the 6'3 freshman for Stockton. Quick pass down low, nice touch pass. The shot up, no good. Rebound taken away by Henderson. Trying to get the ball down low to Ships, and Mount Vernon defense denies it again. Just 2-0 here at the 6:45 mark of the first quarter. The final girls game of the day. We've got one more after this. It'll be the Class 3 boys. Ball kicked around, scrambled for that time, and coming up with it is Ashley Burton. So Ashley Burton gives way to her sister. Shot, no, that's a pass down low. Ships up and in with it. Nice bucket by Jolene Ships, the freshman. It's 2-2 now, Mount Vernon and Stockton.
Both teams trying to establish the inside game here early.
They go back down low to Henderson. She was a little deep that time, but arches her back and gets the pass up and in. Nice job by the junior. Stockton looking to answer back now. The teams have traded buckets here in the early going. Back out to Burton. Off the dribble. Shot up good. Garrett Burton averages 17 points a game. That's her first 2 of the day.
Little ball fake. Got the defender to run by. A dangerous 3-point shooter, so you got to close hard on her.
Mount Vernon now with it in the high block. They bring it around the perimeter again. Little head fake there, driving the lane, pass out into the corner. No three shot there. Looks like they're still trying to get the ball down low to Henderson. Ships doing a great job denying. Bramer now with it between the circles. Out to the left wing to Goodman. Goodman to the free throw line, just inside the three-point line. It's taken away by Burton. Ashley Burton on the run, shot up, no good. Great job by Amelia Bramer to get back, and Burton runs down the loose ball. Stockton maintains control here in a 4-all tie. That jump shot from the right wing, no good. Rebound controlled by the Lady Tigers, but they walked with it. Rebound underneath that time by Emily Dearman, and she traveled. So Bramer now going to walk it up slowly for Coach Hempler. Mount Vernon in no hurry here. It's a 4-all tie. Outside to Hadlock again. They work it back down low to Henderson. Thought the double team was coming. She spins with the right hand and puts it up and off. Another 2 points for Tamaya Henderson. Burton now with it, trapped in the double team. She skips it across, comes back to Ashley Burton. Pass underneath, trying to get Ships back involved in the offense. Foul underneath, and Stockton will maintain control here as you get a good look at Jolene Ships.
Watch the footwork by Henderson. She constantly moves her feet to seal Ships on her back. If you're a young post player, take note of that, because Tamaya Henderson, outstanding footwork.
Well, she's got it in her genes. Her mom was Tammy Weldy when she played for the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. There's a couple of sort of bloodlines on this team, and we'll get in that story as the day goes on. They wave off the bucket, traveling the call, and we've got a turnover on either end, Coach. Checking back into the ball game now for Stockton. Number 23, that's Brianna Burns, and Stockton doesn't go much deeper than about 6. One of the first substitutions now for Coach Kevin Burns. It's a 6-4 advantage for Mount Vernon. They take it away again. Can they get points off the turnover this time? We've gone under the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter of this Class 3 girls title bout. Goodman now. Looking down low again to Henderson. She's kind of tripped up that time. Fell over Sydney Garrett a little bit as she was trying to guard her. So back to the line will go Tamaya Henderson. You get a good look at the Mount Vernon bench. Henderson, coach told you, leads the team in rebounds, blocks, steals. Doesn't do bad scoring either, over 11 points a game. Misses that free throw though. Henderson 2 of 3 at the line today. No coach would like to see her get one here, make it a 7-4 lead. The junior releases a flat shot again, short off the front. Didn't have much on that one. And Stockton will bring it back to their end of the floor. They try to go inside, and they'll have a reach-in foul on Henderson. Be her first personal foul. Second team foul against Mount Vernon. So after the foul, we'll go ahead and step aside. We've got a good one cooking here in Columbia. Mount Vernon leads in the Class 3 title game 6-4 over the Stockton Lady Tigers.
That'll never happen.
I'll never wreck my car.
I'll never roll my truck. Never happen to me. Never. Never. Never.
Never happened to me.
7 out of 10 teenagers killed in Missouri traffic crashes were not wearing their seatbelts.
Never say never. Always buckle up.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Ears, check. Sunglasses, check. Seatbelt, check. What are you doing? I don't wear my seatbelt. Oh yeah, because only cool people will wear their seatbelts. I'm cool. Check.
The Misha Basketball State Championships are brought to you by Farmers Insurance, great sponsor of the 2012 edition of Show Me Showdown. We get back to action here. Stockton with the ball. They're down 2, 6-4 here in this one. Try to get it quickly into the paint. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Henderson for the Mountaineers. Henderson, the only one who's scored for Mount Vernon so far. Tamaya has all 6 of the Lady Mountaineer points.
Stockton comes out of the timeout. They're changing defense. A little 3-2.
3 ball on the way. Too strong that time, but Goodman runs down the rebound. Can Mount Vernon get some second chance points here? Bramer bounces it in. A 3 ball for Amelia Brainer.
Best time to shoot the 3 off an offensive rebound. Defense is scrambling to match up.
She's their best free throw shooter. Shoots nearly 90%. That time knocks down the 3. It's the first 3-pointer of the day for Mount Vernon. Shot coming now from the outside, no good. Ships with the rebound. Can't get the putback, and they fight for it. Stockton has it. And there's the foul call underneath. Nice hustle by Sydney Garrett, the freshman, trying to get the loose ball here.
Garrett worked her way in between 3 Mount Vernon players. Got to the ball.
Jenna Klein now checking into the ball game for Mount Vernon. That's their first substitution of the game. As the ball's batted around at midcourt, who's going to come up with it? Bit of a scrum there, and it'll be a tie-up. Burton came in at the last minute to rip it out of the hands of Danielle Goodman. Alternating possession error gives it to the Lady Tigers. Checking back into the ball game for Stockton, number 20, Emmeline Dearman, a 5'8" junior. She'll key the inbounds here right at midcourt in front of our announce table. It's a 9-4 Mount Vernon lead, but Stockton cutting right back into it. A great pull-up jump shot that time by Garrett Burton.
Burton able to split the top 2 defenders. No help. It's an easy look.
Mount Vernon able to break the Lady Tiger press now. 3 ball from the near corner, good. Danielle Goodman, the senior, the leading scorer, drops in her first triple of the game.
Coach Burns not happy with how his team converted out of the press. Mount Vernon does an excellent job of attacking it and then burying the 3.
Foot right behind the line that time. Danielle Goodman, the 5'9" senior, over 1,000 points in her career as a Lady Mountaineer, and a big 3-pointer there. They're now doubling up the Lady Tigers 12-6 as you get a look at the 3-point numbers, Coach. Mountaineers shooting at a nice clip to start.
Well, they certainly are. And one of the things that you have to do a good job against this Mount Vernon team, and that is conversion from offense to defense, or from your press to your half-court defense. And if you don't, girls like Danielle Goodman will make you pay.
Couple of big 3-pointers have staked to the Lady Mountaineers to a 12-6 advantage. Stockton looking to answer here. Burton out on the right side. Front of the Mountaineer bench, and that'll be an up and down. They go ahead and call a tie up there. I thought for a second they may have a travel call on Garrett. And the tie-up will give the ball back to Mount Vernon.
It's good help side defense by Jenna Klein. She comes all the way across to the other side, forces the jump ball.
Mount Vernon, the 12-6 advantage. Their defense doing a great job right now. Stockton's only had 1 field goal in their last 7 possessions, and now the Lady Tiger defense forces the turnover here. It's the 4th Mount Vernon turnover. Stockton with the chance to get back into it here. Burton between the circles, gets it down low. The shot up and in that time for Sydney Garrett. The freshman gets her first 2 of the night. So after 7 straight empty trips, Stockton gets back on the board here. It's 12-8. Inlet to Henderson. She's falling down, but she makes it. Another 2 for Henderson. She's now got 8 points. Pass down below now, trying to get it back into Garrett. She's unable to convert, and it comes back out to Bramer. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Goodman with it. Brings it back out. Bramer, 3-ball on the way. Yes!
Inside-out action. Henderson scores inside on the previous possession, pushes the defense back, opens up the three-point shot on the swing.
Nice answer, though, now. Garrett Burton not shrieking away from the challenge. She drops the pull-up jumper. It's 17-10 now. Mount Vernon with the ball. 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Out on the left wing is Kiki Farmer. Farmer throws it down underneath, and it's out of bounds with 2.7 seconds left. What can Kevin Burns call up here? A quick shot for his Lady Tigers, down 7 points. Burton at half court, the heave. It hits the window but won't find its way home. So a great start for the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers, the 2010 Class 3 Girls State Champions, looking for a little bit of that magic in the Irish green today. They lead it 17-10 over Stockton. The Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers and the Stockton Lady Tigers in this Class 3 championship game. Mount Vernon leads at 17-10. You know, it's hard to believe when the Lady Mountaineers won a state championship in 2010 over Cardinal Ritter. They defeated them 44-30. It was just 2 years ago. Today, it's 80 degrees on that day. There was 6 inches of snow on the ground here at Mizzou Arena. A little bit different weather pattern this time around for the Lady Mountaineers. Stockton back to it, and another great jump shot knocked down by Ashley Burton. One of the twins getting into the scoring act now, and they make it a 17-12 game.
Stockton opens the second quarter back into man-to-man. Inside-out action.
And it's worked all day, Coach. Another three, the second for Amelia Bramer.
She's a young lady who shoots more than 50% of her shots are threes. Got to find her.
There you see the numbers right now. The field goal percentage for Mount Vernon is amazing, but now the three-point answer for Ashley Burton. She's got 5 points to start off this second quarter here in just a minute of play. Goodman now with it on the near side. Mount Vernon with a 5-point lead. They go back down low. The shot bobbles around and goes in. The first bucket of the day for Jenna Klein. Stockton, do they have another answer here? There's been 2 ties so far in this game. Shot from just past the free throw line, no good. It goes out of bounds. We'll take another look, Coach, at how the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers are getting it done on the other end.
Push the defense back inside. Help has to recover slowly, and she buries it.
Garrett Burton with the assist to Ashley Burton, the senior twins, and there you see 3-point shooting so far. Wow, the Mountaineers on fire from outside. Mountaineers now with the ball, trying to push the 22-15 advantage. Sally Coward with it. Looking for Bramer, can't find anywhere to go with it. Finally coming up to help that time is Kiki Farmer. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Coward swings it back out to the left. They find Bramer. She's covered by Burton. Down low, they go inside out again. Nothing open that time, though. Bramer being patient with it now, and it looks like Coach Hepler wants to get Tamaya Henderson back in the game as she comes to the table. Bramer's knocked down. Burton to Burton. Can they finish at the other end? Yes! Ashley Burton having a huge second quarter for Coach Kevin Burns. It's 22-17 Mount Vernon. Klein with it at the top of the circle. Have a little lane violation that time down underneath, and Mount Vernon going to make a couple of changes here. Madison Hadlock back in along with Tamaya Henderson as you watch this, Coach, and they got it going in a hurry.
The quick hands of the Burton sisters. How many times do you think that's happened in their lifetime playing together? Burton to Burton.
Say it. Sounds like the law firm of Burton and Burton. 22-17. The question is, what do the Burton sisters have in store for us next? Ball to the far side in front of the Mount Vernon bench. Burton with it now. Shot from the right wing. Pinballs in and out. No good. Ship spikes for the rebound. She can't get it. It's taken away by Klein, and she traveled. Jenna Klein, the 5'11" senior, comes up with it for the Lady Mountaineers. Doug, was it really a travel? I don't know. Always got to talk to the officials. It's a friendly relationship, right, Coach?
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Klein doesn't travel that time. She gets the rebound and gives it to Amelia Bramer. Bramer averages 10 points a game for Mount Vernon. Comes back to Klein. They try to get it down low to Henderson, and it's batted away by the Lady Tigers. Burton on the drive. Spin move. No good. The foul will be called underneath, and once again, a little bit of chatter between the Mount Vernon fans and the officials. Stockton will go to the free throw line now. Garrett Burton going to the line to shoot. Garrett Burton, an excellent free throw shooter. Over 74% on the season for her. Mackenzie Farmer called with the foul. Burton's free throw up and no good. Checking back into the ball game for Mount Vernon, number 3, Danielle Goodman. For the Lady Tigers, number 12, Sydney Garrett, the freshman. Garrett Burton's numbers for this season. Been a big part of the Stockton Lady offense here. She gets the second one to go. It's 22-18. Mount Vernon needs to come up with a bucket on this trip. Their last 4 possessions, they've turned it over 4 straight times.
Corey, they've been impatient. They've tried to get the ball inside after 1 or 2 passes. Early on, they were swinging the ball side to side, making the defense move, and then it'll open it up in the post area.
Got to talk to Coach Hepler after their semifinal win. I asked him, Coach, what's your key? What do you preach? And he said normalcy. As you see the great spin move in the lane that time by Danielle Goodman, the senior, gets a bucket. He said whichever team gets to normal first in a game like this usually wins. Well, there's nothing normal about that, though. The 3-bomb from Garrett Burton. The answer, it's 24-18, Mount Vernon.
Oh, he's absolutely correct. You can't have your highs too high or your lows too low. You got to play it even keel.
The Burton sisters double-team Bramer. The 3-ball from the wing now. No good. Batted around. And Ashley Burton comes up with the rebound. It's a 3-point ball game. They could tie it with this. No. Off the rim, no good. The rebound fought for it. It's taken away by Goodman and the Lady Mountaineers. 24-21 the score. We've got a little more than 3 minutes remaining in the first half of this girls' Class 3 title game. Goodman pitches it around to Farmer. Back around to Hadlock. Hadlock's pass knocked away, but Mount Vernon able to control it here. Henderson tries to get free underneath. Bramer comes back to the ball now. Amelia Bramer trying to get off the block of Burton. They look down to Henderson again. They can't find her. Now they get it in. They had a call back behind. I was a little blocked that time. It looked like a foul underneath.
Tiger foul on number 12, Sydney Garrett.
So that foul will take us to break. Doug Hepler and the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers clinging to a 3-point lead over the Stockton Lady Tigers in the second quarter of the Class 3 title game. Kevin Burns of the Stockton Lady Tigers trying to get back into this title bout, only trailing the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers by 3. And Coach, it's been the Burton sisters that have shot their way back into it.
Well, the two average over 31 points a game together, and you can see they drive and dish, and then on the steal, it's Garrett Burton to Ashley Burton. And then Garrett Burton says, hey, I can't let my sister do all the scoring.
They both have a three-pointer. Garrett 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Ashley 1 of 3. There's the three-pointer up, no good. Rebound taken by Ashley Burton. And Stockton once again has a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it here with 2:22 to play here in the first half. Garrett Burton gets it down in. Looking for Ships again. The ball knocked out of bounds, thrown back in, and Mount Vernon comes away with it. Nice hustle on the other end, and the Lady Mountaineers want to add to their lead. Can they get the ball back to Henderson? They do, and she flies one off the outstretched hand of Danielle Goodman.
She got a little anxious. Goodman was trying to move to the open spot. Henderson a little bit of a hurry. Didn't allow Goodman to get her feet set.
Stockton Lady Tigers still trying to get the ball in down low. What can Mount Vernon do with it this time? They've scored 2 points on their last 8 possessions. 24-21, still the scores. Bramer goes to the floor, and it's taken away by Burton. Burton's got a walk in the park, and wow, Mount Vernon got back in a hurry there. Kiki Farmer, but it didn't stop Garrett Burton from finishing.
Great use of the left hand. Shielded the bigger defender with her body.
100 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Kiki Farmer with it, has it batted out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. They'll inbounds it underneath their own basket. Clinging to a 1-point lead here, 24-23 now. Goodman kicks it out to the left side, and it comes back to her.
Stockton in the 2-3 zone, out of the baseline, out of bounds.
Mount Vernon being patient to work the ball around the perimeter here. The clock under a minute now to go here in the first half. In the state championship game between Stockton and Mount Vernon. What a nice drive on the baseline, Coach, for Danielle Goodman, and she finishes.
Goodman able to get the step ahead of Ships as she came over to help and tried to cut off the baseline. Great move by Goodman.
Goodman has 7 points in this game. Stockton with the ball now, 30 seconds. A collision at the top of the circle. The foul will probably be called against Amelia Bramer for Mount Vernon. Could be her first personal, the 5th team foul on the Lady Mountaineers. Get a good look at Coach Kevin Burns, the first-year head coach. Stockton trying to fill the shoes of Richard Driscoll a year ago, but more so Tony Armstrong, who brought that program to prominence just a few years ago. Nice rebound by Mount Vernon. 20 seconds to play here. Looking to hold for the last shot.
Look for Mount Vernon to go inside to Henderson, maybe get some inside-out action.
Ball on the ground, up and good again. Danielle Goodman, back-to-back buckets for her. Burton to Burton again, 2 seconds, and a travel. Bramer's defense forces the turnover, and Mount Vernon will have a chance at a bomb here with 1.6 to go.
Well, they're getting it at half court, so if you can throw it to the foul line.
See how close they can get. Bramer, the senior, to trigger at 1.6 on the clock. They get it to Henderson. They've got to shoot. Bramer for three. Yes! Bramer calls bank and buries it to end the first half on a high note with a score of 31-23.
Well executed last second play. Henderson with a great dish.
She shot it from the tee in Norm Stewart Court and just to the side of it there.
And Bramer got out her debit card and banked it home.
Oh, wow. What a finish to an exciting first half here in this girls' Class 3 title game. You see the celebration. Doug Hepler likes it. They executed his call to perfection. Right now, Sophia is standing by with the head Mountaineer.
Yes, Corey here with the happy Coach Hepler. Coach, how big is that three going into the locker room?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's a tight battle. It's a close battle. I mean, to hit a shot like that at the end just gives you momentum. I'm proud of the girls. They did a great job executing a play that we've worked on several times and never got a chance to use it. So preparation is definitely big at that point.
All right. How about 75% shooting in the first half? If I told you that coming in, what would you tell me?
I would tell you, I think we'd have a bigger lead than this. I mean, they're shooting it well, too. So we got to play a little better defense and, continue the hot streak. It's got another half to play, and they're capable if we let them back in it.
The Burton twins, certainly not going to go away, not making it easy on you guys. What do you need to do to handle them in the second half?
We got to stop letting them get in the paint and get those shots in there. We've got to do a better job of keeping them out of there so that they don't collapse our defense. They're pretty good, and we got to do, like I said, a good job of keeping them out of there where they can look for each other and get uncontested shots.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sophia. Great talking to the coach, Doug Hepler there. What a fantastic finish to the game. The first half there. Just crazy when you see something set up like that and it works to perfection.
Well, the momentum swings with that shot. When it looked like Stockton was going to get the final shot and a chance to cut into the lead, all of a sudden a steal. Great play by Bramer forcing the travel. And then she comes down to the other end and buries the three at the buzzer.
Well, this Mount Vernon team with a lot of experience. They were here in the state championship game in 2010. Stockton, the same story. So a game of second half adjustments. What will these two coaches come up with in the locker room before we come back to play the second half? It's the Stockton Lady Tigers and the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. We'll see more in a bit.
Distracted driving. It accounts for 25% of car crashes. Music, cell phones, food, the list goes on.
This is why safe driving is so important.
Correct.
And it's why the best agents help safe drivers get a lower rate.
Exactly.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Class 3 girls state championship action here again. Mount Vernon on top of Stockton 31-23. Welcome back inside the Mizzou Arena, everybody. I'm Corey Riggs with the coach, Rich Zavosik, and the third member of our broadcast team, Sophia Minert, now with one of the officials putting on this great event. Sophia?
Yes, here with Tim Thompson, Misha, Assistant Executive Director, and Tim here is in charge of officials. And Tim, this is a special honor, not only for the players, coaches, communities that come here to the Show Me Showdown, but also for the officials who get to participate in this tournament. Tell me about that.
Well, we have 2,500 registered basketball officials and 36 get to work at the championship. So you're looking at 1.5 out of 100 that get selected. It is a tremendous honor.
Now, there's a tremendous need for officials, too. We can't forget it's not just this weekend. There's across the sports, across basketball. Those 2,500 officials can only go to so many games. Tell us about the need for more officials.
Well, when you think about 2,500 officials, but we have 550 boys basketball teams, 550 girls, but then you have junior high, JV, freshmen. It takes a lot of officials to cover all those games, so we're always looking for more. But special needs in sports like swimming and diving, track and field, our numbers are critically low, volleyball, and we would encourage people to go to our website and sign up.
For those who are interested in becoming an official, who's eligible to become one, and how does one go about becoming a licensed official?
Well, if you go to our website at MSHSAA.org, we have an officials tab. And on that tab, it asks you general information. Obviously, we do a criminal background check, those kind of things. But if you are out of high school, you're ready to go at varsity level sports.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. Congratulations to all the officials who are selected to participate here at the Show Me Showdown. Guys?
Thanks, Sophia. Great job as always. And, Coach, we're going to get into some of the highlights from the first half. And the Burton sisters don't disappoint, but Mount Vernon doing a great job early on as well.
Well, first of all, Ashley Burton off the dribble pulls up and knocks down the jumper. Then off her sister's dribble penetration, she buries the three. And then again, the sister act as Garrett to Ashley and another 2 points. For Mount Vernon, it was the three ball. And it was Amelia Bramer, more specifically, on the inside-out action. Top of the key once again. And then a great pass by Jenna Klein. And another three by Bramer.
A fantastic finish, too, to that the first half. Mount Vernon was in a drought in the second quarter where they only had 2 points in 9 possessions. Then they went on a 7-0 run in the final 46 seconds. That has a lot of momentum going into the locker room.
Well, it's how you start the half, how you end the half that's the most important in games. Right now, Mount Vernon owns the first part and the last part of that first half. Stockton is in the middle, but that's why they're behind. So it'll be interesting to see who can come out of the gate in the third quarter.
What do you think Coach Kevin Burns is thinking about right now? What does the Stockton Lady Tigers need to do to get back into this one in the second half?
Well, the first thing they got to do is they got to take care of the basketball, and then they got to continue to turn up the pressure. The one thing that has worked for them is they have forced 10 turnovers for Mount Vernon, and if they can continue to do that, they can get some easy baskets.
Well, we'll see what the two coaches come up with as they come out of the locker room. We will step aside and get you ready for the second half of the girls' Class 3 state championship game. Mount Vernon and Stockton, more to come.
Distracted driving. It accounts for 25% of car crashes. Music, cell phones, food, the list goes on.
This is why safe driving is so important.
Correct.
And it's why the best agents help safe drivers get a lower rate.
Exactly.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
The Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers hold on to an 8-point lead as we get ready to wrap up the halftime festivities here at the Mizzou Arena in Columbia, Missouri. Welcome back to our broadcast position, everybody. Corey Riggs and Rich Zavosic. And let's go ahead and take a look inside some of the first half numbers, Coach, because some of them are a little mind-boggling as you see the percentages for Mount Vernon.
Well, the two numbers that stick out, obviously the three-point shooting by Mount Vernon, 5 of 8, but it's been Amelia Bramer with 4 out of 5. But the one thing that has kept this game close is Mount Vernon has turned the basketball over, and that's allowed Stockton to get some easy points in transition. So if you're Stockton, you got to make sure you cover the shooters. If you are Mount Vernon, you got to take better care of the basketball.
Moments ago, Sophia Minard had a chance to talk to Stockton head coach Kevin Burns about what he was going to do in the second half.
Coach Burns down 8 coming out at halftime. What was the message to the girls in the locker room?
You just got to keep hanging with them. They're shooting like 75% right now from the field, and everything they're shooting is going in, including, threes at the buzzer there at the end. So, we just got to keep battling. I told the girls, let's take it to the fourth quarter and still be in the game, and, anything can happen. We can't lose our belief that we can still come back in this game. It's not that far down, so we just got to keep playing defense and battling.
Ashley and Garrett really provided a spark for you there in the second quarter. How do you keep their momentum going here in the second half?
Yeah, I think they keep it going themselves. They just won it. This is their last game, win or lose, so they're going to play hard, and they do carry us a lot, but we just got to keep the energy and believe that we can come back. It's not impossible, so we'll keep battling.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Mount Vernon's 7-0 run in the last 46 seconds put an end to an 8-2 run by Stockton. At that point in time, the score was 24-23. Now it's 31-23 as we get the game started. And, Coach, another turnover, an unforced error, if you will, against Mount Vernon.
Well, one of the things that Coach Hepler said going into the halftime, didn't understand why they didn't have a bigger lead shooting so well. Well, it's exactly that type of play, the turnover that takes away a shot opportunity.
Shot now down low, taken away by Tamaya Henderson. Nice rebound by the post for Mount Vernon. Henderson now with 8 points and 2 rebounds in this one, and she sat quite a bit in the first half after picking up an early foul. So Mount Vernon with the ball in the lead. Hadlock with it now. Gives it out to the far side to Coward. Coward finds Goodman back at the top of the circle for 3. No, off the back iron. Nice rebound, though, by Coward. Ball kicked back outside again. Hadlock drives. Back outside to Bramer now. They're really working the pass now. They finally get it into Henderson. She kicks it back out, and it comes back around the horn. Outside, 3 ball on the way, no. And a miss, but the offensive board and the putback is there for Danielle Goodman.
Good patience, great ball movement. Gives you a chance for a second shot opportunity.
That was about a 50-second possession with all of the offensive rebounds and second chances there. Mount Vernon now vested with a 10-point lead, 33-23. Coward with it now, brings it back between the circles. She finds Hadlock. They bring it back around to Coward. She throws it down low and a little miscommunication there as Henderson was deeper in the post, I think, than Coward thought.
Well, that was one that got away from her. I think she wishes she had that one back. It was a good look. Henderson had her defender sealed.
It's the 11th Mount Vernon turnover in the game. Only 6 for Stockton. As Coach Hepler makes a change here, bringing back into the ball game Kiki Farmer, a 5'9" freshman. So under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Burton sisters play catch. Now cross-court pass. Down low, nearly batted away by Henderson. It comes back out to Burton for 3. No, short. Tamaya Henderson with the rebound.
This defense for Mount Vernon doing an excellent job. Stockton shooting under 40%.
You see the rebounds now, well an advantage for the Lady Mountaineers. Madison Hadlock, the senior, tries to get the ball down low to Henderson. It comes back out and around to Goodman, and she travels. The walk on Henderson Another turnover, and Stockton's last field goal came at the 1-minute, 30-second mark of the second quarter. They're down 10 here. They are in desperate need of some offense as Henderson puts her hand in the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds.
Stockton has not gotten any easy looks in the half court. They're trying to attack the back of the zone, but Henderson and Klein back there doing an excellent job, or should I say Kiki Farmer.
Coach Hepler says that their 2-3 zone at times is a little unconventional. They want to confuse opposing offenses, and that time they force Garrett Burton into another turnover.
Well, what makes this defense a little bit different is their two guards push out front, and their middle man, or middle woman, I should say, steps up to the foul line. A little bit different look for teams.
Stepping up that time for Stockton was Emmeline Dearman. She was able to disrupt the play and get the ball back for Stockton now. They still trail in this one by 10.
You can see how the two front people try and funnel the ball into the foul line area and try and keep it right in the middle of the court.
Stockton only has one field goal in their last 10 possessions. That one pinballs out, no good. And a rebound foul called on, well, I thought they had Kiki Farmer for it, but instead it goes the other way to Stockton. They give it to Emmeline Dearman. Dearman's first personal, the first team foul, the first foul of any kind called here in the third quarter as we near the halfway point. Amelia Bramer, member of that 2010 state championship team. Wanting a chance at a repeat here. Goodman now throws it to Coward. Work a little bit of motion on the far side. Now, Farmer drives, fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound to Burton. Mount Vernon getting back fast, trying to cut down the transition. Burton throws it up and off the window, no good. Who's going to come up with it? Foul underneath and a good offensive rebound that time for Stockton. Emmeline Dearman, who just picked up the foul, grabs the board.
Corey, that's one way to beat the zone. Try and push the ball down before the defense gets set up. Thus, you create some second shot opportunities.
And Jolene Shipp comes back into the ball game. Shipp's, the 6'3 freshman, was really the only size mismatch really to talk about, but Henderson's done a good job on her today for Mount Vernon. Still a 10-point game. They get it to Shipp. Shipp's off the window and good. Jolene Shipp's now with 4 points on the evening. 4 points and 2 rebounds for the freshman. It's 33-25 now. Back down to Henderson. She goes in and gets a bucket.
She is so good at sealing you inside. When she catches it that deep, it's automatic.
It's all about the three leaders for Mount Vernon as Stockton answers right back. Sydney Garrett, a 5'9 freshman, gets the bucket there. Mount Vernon struggling a little bit there to bring the ball up. Burton covering up Bramer. The Mount Vernon fans looking for a foul, but they won't get one. Goodman and Bramer play catch now. Bramer leans in. Both Burton sisters are there on the tie-up and the foul. The three leaders, the big three for Mount Vernon, getting it done so far. Bramer with a dozen. Henderson and Goodman each in double digits scoring. As they battle Ashley and Garrett Burton, Mount Vernon still leads in this one, 35-27. The Misha Basketball Championships are brought to you by our friends at Farmers Insurance. We are farmers. No musical interlude necessary. As Mount Vernon gets ready to get back to work here with a 35-27 lead over the defending Class 3 Stockton Lady Tigers. Danielle Goodman gives it back to Bramer now. Under 3 to go here in this one. Third quarter action from Mizzou Arena. 3 ball on the way, yes, and that three-pointer has been so key as Danielle Goodman buries another one.
Stockton switches to the 2-3 zone and Mount Vernon attacks it well.
That three-point shot, always a zone buster. Ships throws it out to Burton now. Her jump shot from the left wing is good. What a pretty shot that time by Garrett Burton.
Stockton can be very effective with the diagonal pass, whether it's inside out or outside in. Just have to get more of them.
Wow, a great screen set that time by Mount Vernon. You saw Kiki Farmer set a solid screen on Burton. And now Goodman wants to dial long distance again at the rate they're making him. Why not? Bramer ties it up. Burton a little frustrated, but Stockton will maintain possession here, Coach. But you can see it in her face, not happy with the way this is going right now.
Yeah, she's got to be the leader now. Got to get a basket here.
Ashley Burton throws it in front of her own bench. She'll wait for it, and it comes back to her. 1:45 to go here in the third. Errant pass knocked away, and Danielle Goodman comes up with it. Bramer tries to work off the screen. She's hemmed in on the far side, and the foul will be called on Ashley Burton. Ashley Burton, that should be her second personal. The third team foul on Stockton, and fouls really not much of a story here in the second half so far. 3 for Stockton, only 1 called on the Lady Mountaineers. They get the ball back in the field of play. Goodman spins across the center line. She finds Bramer, and Bramer fights it off, and it's back-to-back fouls called against the Burtons. Garrett Burton now picking up another foul. 2 fouls on Ashley, and 3 fouls on Garrett.
You can sense Stockton getting a little bit anxious, trying to make it happen all at once. Little careless foul.
Well, they're only down 9 here, and there's still a whole quarter of basketball to be played. Henderson, nice feed underneath to Farmer. Stockton looking for the answer. Another jump shot from the left side. It's batted around, and Mount Vernon comes up with it. Under a minute to go here in the third. Bramer's done the lion's share of the work, bringing the ball up against Burton, and Burton will get called with another foul. The Mount Vernon faithful come to their feet and make some noise. As you see, Emily Bramer, they get it down low, and a nice job of passing the ball around in the post, Coach.
Well, Henderson read the double team and the slow rotation. Got her teammate a basket.
Points in the paint now. Slight advantage for the Lady Mountaineers, 18-12. Madison Hadlock and Jenna Klein have checked back into the ball game for Mount Vernon as they now have a 40-29 lead with under a minute to go here in the third. Bramer gives it back to Hadlock. Hadlock walks. 28.9 to go, an 11-point Mount Vernon lead. I'm surprised to see this Stockton team kind of stiffen up here. They were so loose before the game. I watched them down in the tunnel. They were hugging one another, dancing, having a good time. They've been here before. They won it a year ago, but now they're in a very different place, down 11 points in the championship game to the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. Under 10 to go here. Burton passes out to the side. Baseline drive. Shot no good. Put back no good. Bramer comes up with it. A heave. And it goes out of bounds. But Mount Vernon, a huge third quarter. The three-pointer shooting them back into a huge lead as they've got an 11-point advantage over the defending Class 3 champs. The fourth quarter is coming up after this.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Welcome back inside the Mizzou Arena, everybody, as we get ready for the fourth quarter of action. Before we get started, we'll send it back down to the end of the court to Sophia Minner. Sophia?
Corey, when we had a chance to catch up with Doug Hepler, he talked about this group of seniors and their school record, 96 wins as a group. And they've got a long-running history, this group. And Coach Hepler, he coached them in junior high. He was their volleyball coach. And when this group was in 8th grade, he became the head varsity basketball coach after being the JV coach while they were in junior high. So he has spent a lot of years with these girls, and even Sally Coward, a senior, said he is like our second dad, and he said that is an honor that I don't take lightly, and it's really win or lose. He said this is a very special group for Mount Vernon and for me personally.
Thanks, Sophia. We've said it so much this weekend. The Class 1, 2, and 3 basketball scene, so much about family. You talk about the Burton sisters, the Kleins, and the Tamaya Henderson and their mothers winning state championships or playing in the state finals back in the 80s, in 85 against Smithville, and 87 against Holden. Something very special for these young ladies and these two schools. 2 ball on the way, no good for Farmer. A fadeaway shot for Henderson, no good. We'll have a foul against Mount Vernon, and it'll come back for Stockton. A little push in the back on the other end there. Looks like they gave the foul to Bramer. Get another look at the rebound here. No, it'll be Danielle Goodman. Goodman picks up her 3rd personal foul. She's the first Mount Vernon player really to be in any sort of foul trouble with 3.
Stockton's got to try and get something going, either with some dribble penetration or try the diagonal pass down low to a post.
Shot on the way. Well, how about a 3-pointer, Coach?
That'll get you back quicker.
That'll get you back in a hurry. Brianna Burns, a junior off the bench, only averages about 2.5 points a game. A huge 3. Makes it a 10-point advantage now for Mount Vernon.
You just went over a scoring average for the year?
That's right, in 1 shot. And here's another Mount Vernon turnover. Watch out. The Lady Tigers are coming back. Down to Ships. Outside to Burton for 3. You betcha! Ashley Burton buries the triple. And a quick timeout is called. This game is changing in a hurry. It's 42-35. Mount Vernon calls the timeout after this. Big time 3-pointer by Ashley Burton, the senior, trying to shoot him back. Stockton now getting into the act with some outside shooting of their own. They're 4 of 9 now from behind the three-point line, and they're trying to claw their way back into this Class 3 title match with Mount Vernon. It's 42-35 as we get back to fourth quarter action here on the court inside the Mizzou Arena. Bramer dribbling all around the floor here. Goodman now spin move at the free throw line, puts it up with the left hand and good.
Go to your seniors when you need a basket. It's been Goodman and
Bramer have got it done quite a bit today. Henderson, too, the junior, has gotten into it. Number of rebounds as well. Deep three-pointer on the way, and it flushes home. Garrett Burton from almost Jeff City, she buries the three.
The Burton sisters are single-handedly keeping Stockton in the game.
Garrett with 17, Ashley with 10. It's 44-38. Mount Vernon's lead is cut to 6. Bramer has nowhere to go with it, and Coach Hepler calls a timeout.
Goodman gets the defense going one way, little misdirection, and then on the opposite end, how about the Burton sisters? Garrett Burton from way downtown.
She could have turned around and shook Kevin Burns' hands after that one. She was nearly sitting on her own bench. The deep three.
Oh, excellent timeout there by Coach Hepler. His team was out of sorts. He knows that right now the momentum is possibly swinging in Stockton's direction. As you can see, Stockton on a scoring run and knows that it's very important to get a good shot on this possession. Something either from Bramer, perhaps Henderson down low, or go back to Goodman.
Well, that torrid shooting pace that Mount Vernon enjoyed in the first half, 75%, waning a little bit here, dropping down closer to 60. The Burton sisters have combined to shoot 50% from three, though, and there's a steal. Ashley Burton with the steal. As we near the halfway point of the fourth quarter, I thought she was going to throw it up again, Coach.
You better close on her quickly.
There's a foul call. Sally Coward for Mount Vernon in a little too close that time, and she'll draw the personal foul. Should be the first on Coward, only the third team foul against the Lady Mountaineers.
Mount Vernon's got to have great communication on this defensive possession. Got to always find the two Burton sisters. Can't give them an open look.
One's all alone back up here at the top of the key, but there's a Mount Vernon takeaway. Goodman trying to dribble past Burton. They stop. Coward looks at the three, thinks better of it, and brings the ball back to Bramer. Out left wing now to Coward. Mount Vernon fans wanting a foul call. They're not going to get it. And of course you want Amelia Bramer to go to the line. She shoots nearly 90%, 72 of 82 to lead the team in free throw shooting. Goodman tied up there. They give it back to Bramer. 4 minutes to play for a state championship in girls class 3. Henderson, high arcing shot, won't find its way home. But to my end, Henderson will go to the free throw line now to shoot a couple. She was big in the first half and then kind of quieted down here in the second half, but a couple of free throws to push the lead back up here would be a good thing for Mount Vernon. Henderson had that problem at the free throw line all night, Coach. It's a flat shot, and it seems to be ending right at the front of the rim.
She's got to get her legs into it, get a little knee bend. Never up, never in. Got to get over the rim.
12.6 rebounds for the junior, and she rattles that one home. So a big free throw there for the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers. 45-38 the score. Mount Vernon over Stockton.
Agents, what did we learn here today?
That lint balls are extremely flammable.
Well, yeah.
And that 15,000 dryer fires happen every year.
That's why it's important to regularly
Correct.
Where did you get that?
I built it.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Mount Vernon 45, Stockton 38 here in the Class 3 championship game. Mount Vernon with one field goal and one free throw in their last 5 possessions as they try and cling to the 7-point advantage. Ashley and Garrett Burton, though, not done for the Stockton Lady Tigers just yet. We've only cleared the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. They give it back to Burton. 3 ball, yes! Garrett Burton, another 3.
Excellent set play out of the timeout. Push the defenses back. And now a forced turnover by Burton.
Garrett Burton with 20 points to lead all scores.
Great inside out. Good use of the sweet spot at the foul line to bring the defender in.
Burton 3 of 5 from behind the line. 8 of 16 from the floor. It's a 4-point lead for the Lady Mountaineers. Pass down low, shot up and off the window, no good. Rebound pulled down by Henderson, and that's a big one. Mount Vernon trying to stem the tide here in this Stockton comeback. They've got the ball in the 4-point lead. Goodman tries to go down low to Henderson. It comes back out to Danielle Goodman. A little more than 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Bramer back to Danielle Goodman now. Mount Vernon slowing it down again here. They've got the lead and the ball. They're in no hurry. But they definitely didn't need a turnover. The 18th turnover of the night for the Lady Mountaineers.
Brought on by Stockton's pressure. The denial of the wing brought indecision by the ball handler.
The 6'3" freshman Jolene Ships checks back in the ball game now, and you see the turnover numbers, a 10 turnover discrepancy between Mount Vernon and Stockton. Shot on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Mount Vernon comes away with it. It's Coward. Another one of these Lady Mountaineers seniors. Mount Vernon, 3 turnovers in the last 4 possessions. They want to push this lead back up and get comfortable again, as they were a lot of the third quarter, but Stockton having none of it. Henderson on the baseline, throws it out to Bramer. Bramer in the near corner, back out to Goodman now. Goodman's covered up by Garrett Burton. She picks up her dribble and finds Farmer. The foul underneath now on Ships. There you see Coach Kevin Burns trying to come up with one more bit of magic here on St. Patrick's Day, but the Lady Mountaineers go back to the free throw line. The foul on Ships, it puts Kiki Farmer, the freshman, on the line. Not shooting like a freshman. She drills the first free throw. Farmer, a little bit better than a 56% free throw shooter. 1-1 at the line. Oh, the second one rattles out, no good. Ball fought for, and it'll go to Stockton. Henderson hustling for it that time. Sydney Garrett there, and we talk about all the relations in these teams. Sydney Garrett is the daughter of Julie Garrett, Kevin Burns' assistant coach over there in the red shirt on the bench of the Stockton Lady Tigers. That shot no good. Ships with the rebound and the putback, gets it. Stockton now only trails by 3, and they put the full court press on, but Mount Vernon breaks it. Goodman in a hurry, out of control, and Stockton takes it away.
He got to the basket and then got a little indecisive.
Burton comes inside the 3-point line. Shot no good. They're going to have a foul on Ships in the lane. Give the ball back to Mount Vernon.
You can see a great move and a good follow by Ships on the offensive rebound.
Ships 6 points and 3 boards. Her second personal foul is the 8th team foul for Stockton. So, Kiki Farmer, the freshman, went 1 for 2 the last trip to the charity stripe. She'll have another chance here again. In a game that's been dominated by senior leadership, can a freshman step up? She does.
Excellent foul shooter. If you're Stockton now, you've got to be cognizant of who to foul. 11 Henderson, 2 Coward are the poorest free throw shooters.
Another 50-50 split at the line for Farmer. She averages about 7 points a game. Goes 1 for 2 in that trip. It's 47-43. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Off the front iron, Henderson. Another big rebound. And her scoring numbers, Coach, have come down in the second half. But Henderson getting some great rebounding work in, cleaning the glass for Mount Vernon.
Now you're looking at Mount Vernon. Going to take some time off the clock. Time scoring situation.
They're going to call an intentional foul underneath. I'm not sure what I just saw there. Ships was called.
Wasn't intentional. They just called a normal foul.
Across the arms there, I got a little confused. But you watch, I think Farmer was surprised at how open she came underneath. So the freshman goes to the line again, and she keeps making the first one every time. Can she change her luck on the second free throw, though? We're going to get a timeout. Kevin Burns, the players were calling for a timeout. And the folks from Mount Vernon, Missouri come to their feet, stake to this 5-point advantage.
60-second timeout.
Both of these teams have been here before. Stockton and Herman played for a state championship a year ago. Stockton got the better of it, 74-52. This game has been a lot closer than that one.
Well, if you're Stockton on the offensive end, you have to push the ball as deep as you can go. If you can get it all the way to the basket, you take it easy too. If help comes, then you're looking for a kick out to a three-point shooter. One of the Burton sisters obviously can knock down the three. Then on the defensive end, you have to make a decision. Are you going to press in the backcourt, go for a steal? When it crosses half court, then you foul? Or do you want to extend the game by fouling immediately? But you got to be cognizant of who you want to foul. Henderson and Coward are the poorest free throw shooters for Mount Vernon. Look perhaps for Coach Hepler to change them out when they come back on the offensive end. But if you're Stockton, you've got to be aware of who not to foul when you get on the defensive end.
All right, after the timeout, Mackenzie Farmer, Kiki, goes back to the charity stripe. She's had a couple trips here, has come up 1 out of 2 every time. This time, she's perfect and gets them both. It's 49-43, less than a minute to go. Burton tries to dribble around the defense, and they'll call the foul on the floor on Bramer. Amelia Bramer with her foul, only her second foul and the team's 5th foul, so they've got some fouls to give here, Coach.
Mount Vernon catches a break. They're not in the 1-and-1 yet.
Chris Burns graduated from Stockton. Nothing would make him happier than for these girls to come back and win another state championship. An open look down low for Sydney Garrett, and the freshman makes it. A quick timeout now, and it's back to a 4-point game.
Fans, don't miss the replay of the Class 4, Class 2, and Class 3 Show-Me.
We want to remind you, Show Me Showdown weekend number 2 isn't over yet. We've got one more. We'll bring Neil Harwell and Jim Powers back out here for the nightcap. The boys Class 3 matchup between Charleston and Hogan Prep to finish off what has been a long but exciting 2 weekends of basketball. Take a look back at what we brought you today. When we started the day, the girls, Harrisburg gets another state championship as they defeat New Haven 43-32. Then the Billings boys defeat the Purple Panthers from Salisbury 83-79. Then Jim and I brought you the girls Class 1 game. The Eminence Red Wings take their first girls basketball title in that school's history as they defeat the sophomore-led Walnut Grove Lady Tigers 36-35 in the closest matchup of the day. Then Scott County, 4 in a row. What a dynasty they've got in Scott County.
Incredible.
They got that win 79-72 over the Bobcats from Drexel. One of the biggest Class 1 teams I've ever seen. There was a lot of height on that team. Height isn't an issue here. Now it's scoring as Mount Vernon's got the lead in the ball and under 40 seconds, and there's a foul on the near side. Coach Burns can't believe it. Neither can Ashley Burton. They thought they had the double team using the outside. Didn't go that way for them.
They had her trapped, but got a little anxious. If you're Mount Vernon, Goodman is certainly a player that you want on the line, shooting over 70% from the foul line for the year.
Danielle Goodman has quietly become the leading scorer for this Lady Mountaineer team. She's got 17 points, 4 rebounds, and makes her first free throw attempt of the night. The senior trying to add to the lead here is Money. She makes them both. It's 51-45. The Stockton have another big three-pointer in them. They're going to get bailed out by a foul call here, and Coach Doug Hepler probably not thrilled with that one here as they really wanted to force him to shoot.
Well, the next one, they're in the bonus situation, so you want to make sure you don't foul.
30.8 seconds to go now. Stockton inbounds to Burton. Burton driving the perimeter, a one-handed shot, no good, and there's the tie-up. Tie-up will keep the ball with Stockton here. They'll inbounds under their own basket with 24.7 seconds, and not a real high percentage shot that time for Burton. She tried to draw the foul, get some at the free throw line. It's taken away by Mount Vernon. 20 seconds to go here.
Got a foul.
They're trying to play clean defense here. The ball batted up, and an offensive foul against Amelia Bramer. Ashley Burton clapping with 14.9 to go. It's just a 6-point ball game, 51-45 as you see the foul.
It was a good call. Bramer trying to clear space with her elbow.
Does Stockton have a quick three in him? Yes! Yes! Garrett Burton does it again.
It's not over yet.
Holy cow.
Dribbling through traffic. Still able to get the three off.
Garrett Burton, 4 of 7 from downtown. She leads all scorers with 23 points as we get another timeout here. Stockton has used their last timeout. Mount Vernon still has 4 remaining. You look at the student section here. The kids have come out en masse all weekend long to root on their teams, win or lose. It's been a great atmosphere here inside the Mizzou Arena this weekend.
Well, if you're Mount Vernon, possession is the most important thing. The arrow is in their favor. However, if they cannot get the ball in bounds, you must burn a timeout. If you're a receiver, you must run through the pass. Don't allow Stockton a chance to step in and steal. Stockton, if you can't get a 5-second count, foul immediately. Give yourself a chance for missed free throws and another 3.
Jim and I saw Kelsey Williams earlier today for eminence. Garrett Burton maybe in that conversation too for Miss Show Me Basketball. Where's the ball coming? They get it inside quickly to Goodman, the senior. The foul comes right here at midcourt. Goodman will go back to the line. She went 2 of 2 in her last trip. They'll give the foul to Brianna Burns, the junior. So with 6.8 seconds to play, a 3-point lead, Danielle Goodman goes to the line. A 71% free throw shooter rolls home her 3rd straight free throw.
Corey, that's what all those long hours in the gym are about. To step to the line as a senior to ice the game and win a state title.
Goodman leaves it short. 5 seconds now. Stockton going to have to throw one up here. They're not in any hurry. The shot will come off the hands, and it won't matter. The Burton sisters fought valiantly. But the Class 3 girls state trophy will go back to Lawrence County. 2010 and again in 2012, the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers are the class of girls, Class 3 in the state of Missouri. That was as great a game as you could hope for here on Championship Saturday as the girls get in line and start shaking hands, and Doug Hepler is smiling from ear to ear as he's ready now to bring his second trophy back home to Mount Vernon.
Total team effort. You had different girls stepping up at different times. Bramer in the first half, burying three-pointer after three-pointer, and then Goodman in the second half took over. Clutch free throws by the freshman Kiki Farmer, and then finished off by the senior Goodman.
A fantastic finish. Danielle Goodman, one of the two starters that were on this team back in 2010, her and Amelia Bramer, and they bring it home again today. Look at the joy on the faces of that coach and those young ladies as they know that they have done it again. For the second time in school history, the Mount Vernon Lady Mountaineers are state champs. They did it in 2010 against Cardinal Ritter. They do it today here in Columbia against the Stockton Lady Tigers. And boy, you can't take anything away from Chris Burns and the Stockton Lady Tigers coach. The Burton sisters were as advertised. They did everything they could to get a win today.
Oh, they certainly did. They were there on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and then burying three-point shots, getting to the basket. It's one of those situations where you hate to see anybody lose, but two great competitors in Garrett and Ashley Burton.
They hold the trophy, the second place trophy, high above their hands, and the hometown fans from Stockton give them their just desserts here, give them a big round of applause for the game that they had today. You take a look at some of the sights and sounds from this, the Class 3 girls final. We're down to one game remaining, everybody. Charleston and Hogan Prep are going to be up next. But before that, Rich and I will get out on the floor and we'll talk to Coach Doug Hepler and the Lady Mountaineers on their second state championship win. It's a big one. Amelia Bramer and the rest of the Lady Mountaineers are state champions again in Show Me Showdown 2012.
That'll never happen.
I'll never wreck my car.
I'll never roll